Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins tailgates, where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
God dang, what a rookie move, dude. What is happening, Dolphin fans? Welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate. Rough start, like button on the way in. Kind of an off time Thursday edition, El Capitan tailgate, just to catch everybody up, right? I know there's been a lot of news, a lot to talk about. So I've got things just kindly neatly packaged for the holiday season of what the hell has been going on the last 2 days, last whatever, as you can tell by the title. And if you're a Dolphins fan and haven't figured out yet, you heard TuaGone has finna be bitched. Lost his job, riding the pine, as they say. And Quinn Ewers is coming in. And we're going to take you down a little bitty story. Little bit of story time of how we got here, like what's going on, a little of the last couple of days compiled together. Shout out to everybody in chat for the impromptu show. Gonna get in, gonna get out, gonna put this This I doubt I'll even go 2 hours tonight because I put together pretty nicely here. Hit the like button, everybody. I see you, Bihana. What's going on? Have we cut Tua yet? No. I see you. Michael K says the Tua side name will live on, and Tuna will be Dolphins. Yes, okay. No, I mean, yeah, he might. He very well may. Hit the like button, everybody. Jamie, what's going on, Jamie? Yeah, I know, Jamie. I've been waiting for it for 3, to be honest. It's been a rough go of it. What's happening, Spencer? I see you watching over there. Hit the like button. Hello, Mackenzie. Hi. So we're going to get into it, right? There's just a lot to go into the context of what's happened here. And, this channel's been around for a little bit. And if you guys have been here for a couple of years, you know that we've pushed back on a lot of this Tua stuff. Hello, Amelia. Hit the like button. Didn't really enjoy the decisions with Tua Tagovailoa. Didn't really think it was a smart pick. Kind of let it play out, but it became very evident very quickly right after. Honestly, to me, the straw that broke the camel's back was the whole handling of the Brian Flores situation. And now you guys can say, "Oh, Brian was mean and he did this to Tua and he was a bully." But dude, I don't know, like that just really rubbed me the wrong way. And then everyone like started white knighting for Tua, and then all those guys that white knighted for Tua against Brian Flores, one by one, they just started trading them off. Blah, 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 blah. All them guys gone. And so I was like, it's just this weird concoction of things, right? They tried to make a square peg fit in a round hole, and I would literally see the Miami Dolphins pump propaganda. And for someone who pushes back on it, if you pumped the propaganda, the algorithm would move you along. That's just the facts. If you're saying the middle of the road, no hard take, no push. Well, you don't like to, but we're gonna see. Blah, blah, blah. Like that's you want to know what we played that game a little bit, and the show kind of did better. And honestly, it was hard to stomach. Even playing devil's advocate, trying to say, well, I mean, the kid is he's winning games, but deep in my mind, like I'm looking at him, I'm like, this kid can't do it. There's just too much stuff that I look at and say, no, no. And so now, as we, you guys got to remember where we were 4, 5, 6 years ago when this whole Tua phenomenon happened. I'm going to take you a little bit down memory lane. Take y'all down. The TuaNon is now gone. Now, TuaNon. Ain't heard that in a couple of little bits. So this was a phenomenon, right before, during, and after Tua was drafted. And it was this pumped out propaganda thing. It was fun. It was funny. I got it. TuaNon, we are inevitable. Coming getting you. Gonna hide your kids, hide your wife. They're taking everybody out of here. And it was a fun thing. And I just want to point back in time a little bit. That TuaNon and getting that top fifth pick and having a chance to what we as Dolphin fans truly believed was going to be a new era. Because you guys, some of you guys are younger. Some of you guys have, only went through Tannehill and then Tua right now. So you're still younger of a fan from what I can experience. But I've seen this show before. And the way they got us to buy in on Tannehill when we saw everything not being built a certain way for his limitations, they wanted him to be something he's not. He still was an effective, decent enough quarter, but the promisings of what he could be. I mean, they were saying he's like Lamar Jackson slash friggin' arm strength of Joe Burrow or whatever. Just like no, he was none of those things. And if you were an honest fan, you could say, yeah, you can win games with that guy. But, you need a stout running game, stout O-line, and run the play action, and then get him out on wheel routes. And he can run, and he can actually make you pay with his legs, at least when he was younger. Just like Tua, when you were honest with yourself with what he could or couldn't do, it was painfully apparent. And his numbers have been across the board. Now, shout out to Mike McDaniel, who I think has done an incredible job at hiding those things. But here's the thing, right? After the end of the Tannehill era, it was bleak, dude. Like, it was the quietest. It was kind of a lot like this time, but even worse, right? Like, I know it's bad right now with what's going on, but like the end of the Tannehill era was even worse. Like, it was all a hopeful maybe that final year, and then he injured himself after this weird, oh, I'm gonna get stem cells type bullshit. And I mean, that's cool, whatever, fuck, he went and did the Kobe thing, and everybody's like, oh, we're gonna get Tannehill 2.0, and then he blows his knee out in practice, and you just kind of went like, this team, and like you turned your back, and it was a weird thing. At least that's how it went for me, and I know a lot of Dolphin fans, at least lifelong Dolphin fans. People been around since the 70s and 80s and shit, right? Since the jump and beyond. Second, third generation motherfuckers that are fans of this team by birthright only. And the only thing that keeps us going is the heartache and suffering we've commiserated over that is like shared trauma. That's what Dolphin fans have now. We don't have victories or fond memories. We are together as a family unit because we have shared fucking trauma is what we've got. That's a fact, right? Like I've wholly accepted it. I'm a grown person, so I kind of what would affect me and make me mad, and sometimes it does, but I even look back and kinda, like, laugh at myself. It's the only way I can get through it. It's either that or I kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, so my point is when this TuaNon thing came yonder, that was a long way of saying it, it really got violent. It got violent. It got ugly, and honestly, there's plenty of people that if I could have gotten hold of a couple years ago, a lot of them are very recognizable people in this community from Twitter to now on YouTube and other platforms that were a part of a literal cult, literally, that like was we're not only gonna make this team get Tua, but when they get them, we're gonna pump propaganda. And it was like a movement action. I know a lot of people that if you were on X or Twitter as it used to be and tried to push back on Tua, shit, if you tried a year ago, you would get pushback. But when this was first going on, dude, they were coming for people. They were out people. They were finding out people's jobs on some instances. Like you guys don't even know the horror story, especially for content creators. I've had people up here over the years talked about certain people in the community and how they move, and I'm just saying it was nasty. This TuaNon, and for anyone who didn't know about it, it was out there pretty openly as far as what it was. And I mean, it even get all the way back to, it's like the crazies that, email people or wish death threats on their burner accounts or, go and sleuth on your other social medias and find things about you and bring it to like the table and make fun of like just weird, like total weak energy from people who obviously have no stones to actually put a face or stand on it or anything like that. But it was common knowledge there for years. It seems like it's kind of faded away. Like we rarely talk about TuaNon because it's literally TuaNon is literally now gone. It's out of here. You'll never hear it. It won't be a push. And honestly, a lot of the people who were a part of that and that bullying, whom I know exactly who you fucking are, I was around. And before I even started this, I was in all the back channels. I had all the fucking dirt. So I knew if I went out here and got it, I could get somebody. Fuck you. And there's a lot of these recognizable people who moved in very, very, very dirty, nasty ways. And they've changed their colors, changed their names, changed their tones. But, their little clubs, their little cliques, their little certain ways they did things, people they ran with, the back channels, the discords, the private chats, the DMs. Capitan, don't forget. I remember. Y'all might have a new tune. Still getting the love, I see. That's all right. But that Tua cult was talked about plenty. Here's even Mike Florio talking about it because he was one of the guys who really kind of talked about this stuff a lot.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why there's this cult of Dolphins fans that don't see it. There are certain plays that happen that when you see them, the reasonable conclusion is this person has no business in the National Football League. And I'll say that again, because I know we speak extemporaneously. I do 10 hours a week, and sometimes you say something that's an exaggeration. I'll say this again. Some of the plays that we see, not many, but you talked about the Ramsey play, these system overload, red rings of death plays. That comes from someone that does not belong in the National Football League for his own safety.
Mm,
Like, what are you doing in this moment?
mm.
Like you don't know what to do. I think that's the only explanation, Devin. Xavier Howard said it. It's panic mode.
Panic mode. Little happy feet. We call happy feet around here. We've heard this. We know happy feet. We know him. Tyrone. Hit the like button, everybody. Again, an absolute disgrace on the face and names of certain people in the community and how Dolphins fans conducted themselves. Listen, being TuaNon against Buffalo Bills fans and Jets fans and, doing all that. But when you take, out with the old and with the new what? New dumbasses? Because that's what I seen. All you guys fucking clapping them cheeks saying how good Tua is. I'm like, bro, yeah, I'd be great fucking too if I literally am chock full with the best weapons I've seen this team. It was dumb. And you hand carved an offense on some motions and caught everybody sleeping behind the wheel. Fuck, you know what? I remember when Adam Gase did that. Difference between Adam Gase and Mike McDaniel. I seen Mike McDaniel fucking pivot. Adam Gase just kept ramming it in there. It's like, yo, bro, it's not working. But let's get on with it, right? So, how did this start? So, on Tuesday's press conference, Mike McDaniel kind of cracked open the door on a potential quarterback change.
We have to have, a certain standard at each position. All positions are the same. There's no one entitled to preferential treatment. And when there's a better option, we have to, it's my job to attack that. So, I think there's still a lot left in the day. Like I said before, 14 hours removed from the game. So, I don't trivialize any decision I make, particularly, one where someone touches the ball every play. So there's multiple things that have to be thought through, but ultimately we need to have better play at that position.
Bro, are you guys literally hearing what Mike McDaniel just said? I'm laughing. Because that is verbatim in so many words what Brian Flores said about him. That's the truth. I remember him saying it. If it was my kid, worried about his health, and you know what is, Dolphin, Tua sycophants, TuaNon, Tua sexuals, as I've always called them. Is Mike McDaniel sabotaging Tua? Oh, that can't fit your narrative anymore. Mike McDaniel can't be sabotaging Tua because we like Mike McDaniel. I like Mike McDaniel, but we the powers that be, the ones who will come after you personally and outside of a interaction of YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, the weirdos. It's just odd to hear him say what is simply put that everybody needs to be held to the same standard, which I was castrated and others here on the network were attacked for saying, listen, it's football. What do you mean? If anything, you should be held to a higher standard. You touch the ball the whole fucking offense. The whole time anyone's on offense, you have the football. If anything, I had to hold you to a higher standard. But that's not fair. Wasn't fair for Brian Flores to say that. He needed more time. It's unfair. How many times I heard that you can't get an accurate assessment of until you O-line. And that only changed because it was before until you get weapons. For 2 years, for year 2 and year 3, it was we don't have a good offensive play calling and we don't have weapons. And I said, well, I think it was good enough. And if you make some of those plays Tua was missing, you would be fine. But they needed to switch up the offense. They needed to fire everybody. Mike McDaniel saying exactly what many said, well, few said about the standard of a quarterback. Why is it okay all of a sudden? Because now he's gotten paid? Because now he's gotten paid? Is that okay? Now that Tua is well taken care of financially. What's up, Brad Boss? Hit the like button. Michael, what's going on? Make sure you hit the like button. Where's CB? I don't know where CB is. Maybe he's not around. Fins up. What's up? Hit the like button, everybody. Why is it okay? Because, well, at least he got his. He got his money. He got his bag, baby. Ridiculous, dude. Show me the money. Got his bag. An absolute fleecing, if you will. I mean, just downright embarrassing. But now because he's been paid, it's all right. So after Tuesday's presser, where Mike McDaniel, essentially said, hey, we got to hold people to the same standard. It ain't been good enough, blah, 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 blah. You got to worry about the team. There's no I in team. It's not a one-man sport. I got responsibilities to everybody else. I got to think about that. Tua benched. Hits the wire. 10:30 in the morning. Hot off the presses on the 17th. Adam Schefter says Miami Dolphins are benching Tua Tagovailoa and turning to rookie Quinn for the win, Ewers. Now, hey, right? Sensible. Why not? I mean, we got 3 games left. Season's kaputzt. Are we getting a quarterback next year? Shout out to Joe Rist with the $5 donation. Appreciate you, my brother. Christmas came early. Just like I do. Oh, shit. Damn. You got me, Joe. I only read the first part of that and didn't realize you had a whole second punch on that joke there. So good job. Good on you, buddy. What's up, Chef Jew? Hit the like button. Yeah, you got me. Somebody important, hit the like button. Blue Jay, hit the like button. I don't know who this Ruggins guy is looking for Diddy. I don't know. Diddy's locked up, and I'm white. What's up? Back it up. Hit the like button. So yeah, where was I? Tua gets benched, hot off the presses. Hits the wire at exactly 10:30 on the 17th. And Ewers gets the start. Coming up in here. Crazy to think, right? Now it's the good time. Why all of a sudden? Can someone tell me? Can Mike McDaniel tell me? Well, let's hear what Mike McDaniel had to say.
It was, a tough conversation, but also I think he exhibited what makes him a captain and a leader. on this team, as he understood what that means for his contribution to the team, and how he's going to help Quinn prepare for his first start. So I think he displayed leadership skills by understanding, but as a competitor, it's tough.
First of all, sleeper cell Mike McDaniel is what I'm calling him from now on. Shout out to Mike McDaniel, who not only can navigate his way through a play calling and designing plays and getting guys to not quit on him yet, but also navigated the shit show Tua Tagovailoa brought with him with the Tua cult and all the people who puts political and back office pressure, because he's straight. I mean, he got Tua to like him so much that Tua isn't calling his fan and doing this whole backdoor fucking coup behind his back with the players like he did last fucking time. That's the facts. With these guys hanging out here, going to these gyms, talking to this thing. Oh, he's being to me, doing. Shout out. One thing Mike McDaniel has in spades over a coach like Brian Flores is knowing how to play the interdynamic politics of being not just a football coach, but being one for the Miami Dolphins. Something I've watched many fail at around here. Tony Sperano failed. Fired his fucking ass on the plane. The big tuna, Parcells, he didn't even make it through. Like, he's seen the writing on the wall. He's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Vic Fangio took that check and said, howdy, son. I don't need to. I want to stick to football. I ain't interested in what this little circus you got with propping up some fucking weak quarterback, selling it. Open. Don't look behind the curtain at the wizard pulling the strings on the social media accounts all over this motherfucker. Fuck y'all. This is all y'all's fault. This is all y'all's fault. It's most of them big channels and those big friggin' accounts and all this bullshit they push. Ain't about winning games. It's about selling, baby. Sell, 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 sell. We buyers and sellers. I'm just trying to sell what I believe in. And I am willing to buy trash. Not going to do it. And I ain't going to ride down the middle of the road with some weak bitch no takes. There's plenty of people walk around here. They don't make no real takes. They got no real fucking understanding. They don't make any predictions beyond what is face fucking value. And that to me is lukewarm. And I will spew you from my mouth. I ain't got time for fucking weak no takes. Just waiting, lying in the cut to say, you did this and said that one time. It's like, yeah, but for fucking 10 years, you stood this ground and made no takes. All you did was, any asshole can come up here and recite what other people say. What business are you standing on? Holding people accountable for what they fucking say? That ain't no business. That's being a bitch. You ain't sitting on, you ain't saying shit. You're just saying what you said I don't agree with and you were wrong. Okay. At least I said some shit. At least you do some shit. Some people do. Some people don't. But don't try to be a fucking contrarian. Well, actually, you can be a contrarian. That's kind of fun. I like a contrarian just for the sake of it. I'm only going to argue on this side of the fence just because fight the whole room. I do that for fun. You're going to hold me on a take where I fucking says some shit. But you got to be, in 4 years, and I'm like, fuck, dude, this Tua kid ain't it. We need to get rid of him. Before we went to Brian Flores, last year, I was like, we got to get the fuck up out of here, boys. Can't do this. We can't win with this bum. But, So, look, Tua got benched. Mike McDaniel said he a good boy. He a good boy. He's gonna be a sweet boy. Mike McDaniel said, Tua gonna be a sweet boy because he's sweet on me. I got him, boys. Don't worry. I've already worked my way. And shout out to Chris Greer, who lost his job for this shit show. Mike McDaniel pulled some strings ever so slightly, getting people shipped up out of here who probably would have been problematic. As you've seen Tua, dabbing up his boy, Jalen Ramsey, at the end of that game on primetime. So I wonder if Mike McDaniel felt a certain kind of way, because it was common knowledge Mike McDaniel and Jalen Ramsey don't get along. There's always leaks coming out of there. Always. And when there's no leaks and it's super quiet, that's when no one's talking. They're still coming out, but nobody's talking. I hear them. Sometimes I say it out loud. Sometimes I say it first. In fact, I've been held accountable for what I heard a bunch of other motherfuckers saying. That was bad. I was like, ooh, well, I best make this public, seeing how some of these fucking heavy hitters in this community saying some off the wall shit like this. And then I say it and they're like, what the hell? You can't say that about him. I was like, hey, I'm reporting on what I heard other people. I didn't put no names on it, but I know who you is. And they do too. That's why they get all fucking weak about it. Hit the like button. That is Raph. What's going on, Raph? CCRR, what's going on? Hit the like button. G2, Frozen Fins, hit the like button. Sunny Days, get that like. Night Wolf, what's going on, buddy? Delusional. Make sure everybody's hitting those likes. So yeah, Tua got benched. And look, let's just, for all these stat nerds, that's really what it comes down to. These stat nerds can't even stand on the stats with this type of shitty performance. Right now, Tua is the worst in the NFL with 15 interceptions. He's 16th with passing touchdowns, 20. He's 22nd in yards per game, which is 190, which, to be honest, that seems ever so fucking inflated, because it just does, fuck you. I don't care what you say. That number is not a real number right now. It's not. I had the numbers on his winning streak, and it was like 164 yards or some shit. I said it the last time I was on. He leads the NFL in turnover-worthy plays, which is 25. He's got a 66.4 passing grade, which is 28th, 62.8 overall, which brings him to overall rating, which brings him to the 35th. The 35th quarterback. His overall QB rating makes him the 35th quarterback, which is fucking laughable. Laughable. And his QBR ranks 30th, which is crazy. 37. 37 QBR. Where y'all at now, dorks? Where are you at now, nerds? With your QBR and your fucking stupid stats. Man, did Tyreek Hill carry the fuck out of Tua or what, boy? Oh my God. Tyreek Hill, you got nothing without him. And you know what? Good on Tyreek Hill. Well, it sucks because he's injured, but like, Tua's people, and this is, you want to know what? I'm going to let y'all in on something real quick before we get on to the itinerary. That TuaNon faction, what little they had left at the end of the 2024 season, right? During the 2024 season's failures, they started looking for the next scapegoat. I'm just going to take a little, again, we're going on memory lane here, people. They started looking for another scapegoat in the 2024 season when it became painfully apparent that Tua was going to miss too much time and, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They started scapegoating Tyreek Hill, talking about how we could get better. And then all off season, they start saying how, like, he's been a problem in the locker room. And, this weird conception of addition by subtraction was going to make Tua better. I was like, y'all are fucking that gonna wear a gold jacket one day. That's a fucking superstar. And that quarterback is mid at best. Mid at best. That superstar can make him better. Dude, it's just duh. Yeah. That culture change bullshit, Raph. The hate train was real. NFL is lit. These people, I was like, dude, and it was, listen, this was those same faction of the TuaNon, Tuasexual douchebags that really wanted to do it. And they pushed that propaganda, and the algorithm went good because that's how they liked it. Like, "Oh, yeah, fuck Tyreek. He sucks. We love Tua. Blah, 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 blah." Fucking idiots. I was like, yo, y'all are so dumb. Tua was Tyreek Hill literally carried Tua's lifeless fucking corpse the last fucking year and a half. He has. Now, I don't know if I'll ever see the Tyreek Hill we seen here in Miami after this injury. Lord willing, he comes back, puts on a couple more years, 2 more years of Tyreek Hill from old. That would be sick. But I'm telling you, he made Tua into a top 15, top 12 quarterback. And now without him, he's fucking in the sewer, which kind of serves him right, because Tua, along with his fucking holier than now, putting his crosses on his fucking eyes, I'm gonna say it, fuck y'all. There's these types of Christians out there. I'm just gonna say it. There's these types of Christians out there that believe it's okay to do whatever the fuck I want outside of church to people. There's plenty of religious people that act this way, that they can rip you the fuck off. They can treat you like shit. They can scheme behind your back. As long as I go to God and God only and repent, and there's this moral understanding that outside of my time with God and in the house of God, everything out there is the devil. And so they act accordingly rather than acting better. And this is true. Or they even have this weird psychodynamic where they believe that I can do this bad because I do all this good. Or they try to purchase their goodwill. It's no different than motherfuckers buying offsets. Companies do it now. They go, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking poison this village in fucking, the Middle East somewhere, fucking Northern Africa, but I'm gonna buy offset carbons in Canada, North America, because I'm a fucking good guy. It's like, no, you're a piece of shit, and the offset carbons are to pay off some other pieces of shit to then build to me to say that you're good. And that's kind of how this fucking TuaNon connection, this duality, like, worked. I can treat you like shit on the internet because I'm doing it for a good Christian boy that deserves the money and the shot, because I look at him and I feel love because you're a fucking asshole. And then on the other side, Tua's like, listen, I got all these people who believe in me, and I'm a good kid and I do the right thing, and, fucking married my high school fucking sweetheart. It's like, but that means I can now, I do all this good stuff so I can scheme behind your back with other people to protect myself from your right criticisms of me, and be a pussy about it and not come to it, be a man, or not fucking self-reflect and work hard and be better. I can make you be less, accountable of me. The fuck kind of future is that? What the hell? That's what we did. That's what happened. And that's what kind of happened. And the next iteration of the cancel culture of the Miami Dolphins of fucking Tua Tagovailoa, this pussy shit, was released on Tyreek Hill. And that's why Tyreek Hill was smiling and laughing when it fucking broke his leg. He was free of it. He's laughing, thinking, ha, y'all get what you want now, bitch, and I get paid. Thank God. Watching this fucking shit show. 37 fucking QBR. Where's your stats now, dorks? But hey, I just want all y'all to remember this time. Remember what happened these last 3 years to date. Because I'll say, 3 years ago it was at its fucking skyrocket. It was at its peak. It was a stronghold. Remember. Because when the next go round comes, and don't get me wrong, they're going to have a year or so lull to make y'all forget about it, make y'all turn your back. When they pull the fucking covers back over your fucking eyes and tell you they got a winner lined up, but he's really good for marketing. We got not only the best thing we could ever design want to have here in Miami for our purchasing and our fucking profits, but it's also exactly what you guys need. The fuck, dude? Grow up, people. Grow up. Just saying. Fuck, I'm on one night, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button. You got Vintage Capitan up in here. I'm ready to put hands on somebody. Who's gonna do something? Nobody. Internet. I ain't met hardly anybody. Anybody I met is friends of me. Friends of me. That's it. Anybody I met is friends of me. Still ain't got no good meetup stories of whipping somebody's ass from the internet. Figured by now I'd have at least one. Somebody get brave enough. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get brave enough to like that fucking guy in the purple jacket. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. Nah, they ain't brave enough. All right. So we went through, went through the numbers. Again, let me go over the numbers just real quickly. Just really, really quick. Tua Tagovailoa, QBR 37. Tua Tagovailoa, yards per game, average 190. Passing touchdowns this year, 20. Interceptions, worst in the league, 15. Turnover-worthy plays, worst in the league, 25. Passer rating, 28th, 66.4 passer rating. Overall QB rating, 35th. 35th. There's only 32 teams. What does that mean? There's only 32 teams. 62.8. Who the fuck is other quarterbacks? Damn. So, what on earth? What could this mean? What does this mean for Tua and the Miami Dolphins? Now that Quinn Ewers finna be playing, he gonna go against Joe Burrow, dog. What? You mean the quarterback we all wished we got in the 2020 draft to go against not the one we did get? Healthy, none the fucking less. Healthy. You know what's so fucking funny? Even a few weeks ago, the TuaNeers and TuaSexuals would be like, what, Joe Burrow gets just as injured as Tua? He ain't done nothing since the Super Bowl. It's like, well, Tua's fucking benched. Joe Burrow came back from injury. And yeah, they only won a couple games. But fucking don't try to measure Joe Burrow to Tua, because even though Joe Burrow's kind of fragile, let's be real, it ain't even close. But what does this mean? Let's listen in here on NFL Network.
Yeah, the fact that Mike McDaniel believes that Quinn Ewers, who is incredibly talented, had a ton of success in college, but the fact that he believes Quinn Ewers, who has barely played in the NFL, is a better option than someone they believe has been their franchise quarterback for the last many, many years is astounding and really huge news for the Dolphins today, for the near future, for the long-term future. There's a lot to get to in this, but just specifically here, the fact that Mike McDaniel wants Quinn Ewers to play with more conviction, I took that to mean more decisiveness. In other words, the offense has not been running properly with Tua making what have not always been the right reads. He has turned the ball over way too often. When he thrived, when he had that Pro Bowl season, he was like a point guard, like dishing the ball around, letting the guys run. It is.
Yeah, I can't listen to it any fucking more. Yeah, he was like a point guard because it was literally spoon-fed offenses. It was drop, step, blip, 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 click. Drop, step, blip, 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 click. And it was all these motion created space underneath that was made, hey, I can just, it was a pitch and catch. Yeah, it was great on timing, but fuck, it's like ballet, bro. Everything's on fucking timing. It's when shit don't work. That shows me a good quarterback, not somebody who can do exactly what they're told. I need someone who could do something when shit go wrong. So what does this mean for the Dolphins? Because there's some interesting things coming out. Listen here.
If the Miami Dolphins front office and ownership know what they're doing, it is far more likely that they trade Tua than cut Tua.
Huh. Far more likely that they trade Tua than cut Tua. Is that even possible? I mean, think about what they're saying here. This is Unsportsmanlike Conduct Radio. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Really having a hard time loading. Nobody's going to want Tua. Sorry, people. Nobody is going to want Tua Tagovailoa.
Explain.
Say that again. If the Dolphins front office and ownership.
Damn, what's going on with this friggin' video? Weird. That's strange. All right, fuck that one then. Hit the like button, everybody. So here's Andrew Brandt. See, I got it on here. Yeah, here's SI's Andrew Brandt. What he had to say on what this
they're
for the
paying
Dolphins.
him with an offset, I guess, if they cut him and he goes somewhere else, but they're not cutting him. And this is why they're not cutting him, because cap-wise, it's cheaper to keep him. You can't take $99 million of dead money. Now, listen, I get it. You're saying to me, Andrew, you said that about Russell Wilson. Absolutely, I did. And 4 years ago, I said that about Carson Wentz with $34 million of dead money. But I just don't see 99. $99.2 million in dead money if they cut him. Now, that's before June 1. Now, if they go into this cockamamie situation where they cut him after June 1 and somehow he's hanging around somewhere between now and June 1, they're still getting 67.2 on their cap in 2026, right? 67.2 million, which again would be the highest cap number, let alone the Dolphins, the league. And 31.8 million in 2020.
Dude. Who's going to trade for $67 million on the cap? Nobody. So the Dolphins would have to envision themselves in some form of Brock Osweiler scenario where they say, look, we owe him $67 million this year, and 330, whatever. We're going to pay $40 million of it and give you picks. And they could cut them. But who's going to do that, right? Like, the Browns did it for Brock Osweiler. Are they going to do it again? Is the Browns just the team where you just throw quarterbacks and they eat the cap and they kind of like, it's like the eraser team, right? Like they're I don't know. But nobody's going to do that. I don't think there's no way to trade him. But I mean, dude, are we just going to sit here and keep what not only I believe a guy who doesn't play his position well enough to keep the starting job. And I get you're paying him all this money, but I believe also is a cancer in the locker room. I really do. I think he is. I feel like everything up to this point, they've never brought in competition. They've never, looked in any other direction other to him. And anyone who wanted to look in any other direction other than making this kid a superstar has been ostracized and run the fuck up out the building, or needled and walls closed in on them with all this outside pressure to do it before they fucking snap or demand to be traded or get fired or one and done and get the fuck up out of here like Fangio. Like that's who you're gonna keep. I say $100 million. You're getting off easy getting rid of that motherfucker at this point. Personally, that's what I think. You're getting off easy getting rid of him. Cut Tua. Get rid of him. Don't have him come back. Get him up out of here. Deal with the dead cap. You ain't going to be nothing next year anyhow. Probably going to shed a lot of talent, trades, cuts. We're tanking in 2026, people. And 2027 draft is going to have a hell of a lot of, or the 2026 draft or whatever the fuck. No, it's 2027 draft is going to have a hell of a lot of really good players in it. So, at the quarterback position. It's supposed to be a very quarterback-rich draft. I think more like, 6, potentially more quarterbacks going in the first round here. So tank it away. Clear the cap. We got to do a literal reset again. That's what's got to happen. That's what's got to happen. And this is what Nick Wright had to say on all that, because this seems a little bit more clear-headed. Let me see. Here it is.
I don't know if Tua gets benched, which he has been, and then cut, which I think is coming, what the marketplace will be for him and what his feelings on, wait a minute, I've made all the money. I'm now like, you want me to sign for $3 million to be your backup quarterback and do that? Like, do I think there's a scenario where this is the beginning of the end of Tua's NFL career? Absolutely. When he was playing well, we were talking about would he walk away for health reasons. If now the health reasons have turned him into a player that can't really play well, which is my belief, he was already limited, is that going to be a guy that's like, all right, I'm just here to compete for a job? When he's making next year, he gets paid $54 million by the Dolphins no matter what? I don't know about that. So,
I mean, the real question Nick Wright's posing here is this the end of Tua's career altogether? Is this the last time? If the Dolphins cut him and he's going to make 50, 60 million next year, whatever the hell it is, does he sign with a team as a backup? Does the team want him as a backup? Is the truth out on Tua and what I believe to be a cancer in the locker room? I mean, Tua comes in there and he's the backup. All of a sudden, get your ankle broken with a baseball bat before the ice skate fucking meet. You know what I'm saying? I see Tua as that chick from the Olympics that fucking broke the chick's ankle with a baseball bat or whatever. Like that's what I see. That's who it is. A vindictive little bitch with a bunch of little bitches that follow him. Just like all those fucking Mean Girls clique clubs. Apparently the boy them too. I didn't fuck. Hose. So, just to give you a little bit of clarification here from Jason over the cap, he says cutting Tua would lead the Dolphins $99.2 million in dead cap. They need to account for. As part of a June 1st, it would be it would be 67.2 in 2026 and 31.8 in 2027. They would receive any credit for any salary earned from another team. So if the Dolphins cut him, we on the hook for 99 gazillion. And everybody knows this. Well, I guess you guys might not know it. If we cut him and he goes to another team and he gets $5 million, there's like a crediting of paying or some shit. It's all some bullshit. But he's gonna make $100 fucking million in the next 2 years and not do shit or be somewhere. And with his health conditions and his brain and concussions, and maybe he says, "Look, I'll take a year off." Maybe he says, guys, I'm thinking that, just for my, just thinking about maybe taking a little year off, enjoying some family time, and having a good time on my boat. Be that. Maybe after a year making 60 something million, I'll come back. Maybe not. Maybe he says, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna show up at college game day, sitting right next to Saban, who would say, 'Man, Tua was the greatest quarterback I've ever seen.'" Fucking Saban got us twice, dude. How stupid are we? Fuck. Nick Saban got us twice. He got us 2 times. That whole bullshit hiring him and him being a bitch and fucking crying. No shit. He's a crybaby quarterback from Nick Saban. He was a fucking crybaby coach. Bitch ass hoe. It's common knowledge. It has been common knowledge and a laughable fact my whole life that you don't draft quarterbacks from Alabama. And I know the Alabama people will claim Jalen Hurts, but they fucking kicked him out of there. You know why? Because he wasn't a crybaby bitch. The kid said, "Fuck y'all," and grinded. Now he could bench press 1,000 and fucking nobody could stop him for a yard rush. And he won a Super Bowl and went to 2. Graduated from a different school, didn't he? Man. So with the starting of Quinn Ewers and the benching of Tua Tagovailoa, the Miami Dolphins count-o-meter raises all the way up to a bunch more quarterbacks. Let's get a little look here. A little looky-see. Since Dan Marino, we have Jay Fiedler, Damon Hubbler, Ray Lucas, Brian Greasy, AJ Feedley, Sage Rosenfels, Gus Frerotte, Dante Culpepper, Joey Harrington. I tell you what, boys, I was like, "Oh, Joey Harrington's going to be good. I know he is." That fucking idiot. Cleo Lemon, never believed in him. Trent Green, I don't know what that. I remember everybody was trying to fucking sell me on Trent Green. I was like, dude, he's washed. And he was. John Beck. I did bite on John Beck. I thought John Beck was going to be good. And I was like, wait a minute. Is John Beck just Joey Harrington? And they just switched up. Chad Pennington. I think we all have a special spot for Chad Pennington. Chad Henne. Ugh, God. Tyler Thigpen, weak. Matt Moore, cult following, fan favorite. Guy was terrible in practice. Couldn't operate the offense that the offensive coordinator wanted. Mike McDaniel would hate him because he likes quarterbacks like Tua. But fuck, dude. When Matt Moore's number was called from the bench, nobody was hotter. Dude's adrenaline spiked to 1,000 and he was going to throw darts on you. Ryan Tannehill, thing that never could. The engine that never could. Jay Cutler, say what you want. There was some. Jay Cutler was not going to take a fucking hit, but son of a bitch, was he going to hang in there and fucking throw some darts? He's going to smoke a dart and throw some darts. Shout out to Jay Cutler. It was fun while it lasted. You came in and tried to save your boy. There was no saving him. He knew it too, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'll cut a check, have a couple of beers, smoke a doobie with the boys, and throw some darts." Brock Osweiler, again, how funny we were talking about Brock Osweiler. Everybody believed in this kid. I don't know who Brock Osweiler's daddy was and what film he got from Epstein's Island to get him so much belief, so much airtime, so many teams. He ain't no different than fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro. Just made a gazillion dollars doing it. He's the same fucking guy. As far as careers go, Brock Osweiler was on like 11 teams. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he was at least fun. Everybody kind of likes the beard, but he's a sideshow. That's exactly what it was. Josh Rosen came here for a cup of coffee and fucking remember in the draft, and he was like, "I'm gonna make everybody who passed on me regret." Yeah, famous fucking last words, dork. Tua Tagovailoa, where everything bad began, and this should tell you how bad it really got, because when Tua Tagovailoa became your starting quarterback, you had Jacoby Brissett, Teddy Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson, Tyler Huntley, and now Quinn Ewers all become starters, while here's your 5th overall pick. Now, say what you want about Ryan fucking Tannehill, the starter. Once he became the starter, he didn't get the job till he fucking lost it to Jay Cutler because he fucking got injured. So what the hell are you talking about? Look at this shit. 5 starters now in the first 6 years of Tua Tagovailoa. Ryan Tannehill went down in was it his 6th year? Whatever. Jay Cutler came in. So, yeah. Just a shit show now with Quinn Ewers, the 27th quarterback for the Miami Dolphins since Dan the Man Marino, which is, fitting. Cursed while we had him to never win, and cursed without him to never have somebody who could get close enough to win like he could. What the fuck, dude? My entire Dolphins fandom has been with a quarterback that couldn't get back to the Super Bowl to win it. Had everything you could ever fucking want in a quarterback to put back in the big game and win it. Especially today. Fuck. And now we can't even get a quarterback to look like that ever again. What more are you going to take? What more will they take? Hit the like button, everybody. So let's listen in on Mike McDaniel. If I can find him. Yeah, here he is. About what he thinks of Quinn Ewers naming him the starting quarterback.
Natural disposition of confidence, not cockiness, but confidence. And I think if you saw his face on draft day, he's a competitor that believes in himself, and I think he was geek. He was very excited for the opportunity, but also very understanding of what that means. And he left my office and went to work.
Having Quinn leapfrog Zach, was there an element to wanting to see the rookie in game when there is a body of work for Zach in this league?
I think I don't trivialize, seasons, games. This 2025 team needed me to make the decision solely for what gives us the best chance to win. That includes all players. I understand the pros and cons of all the different formats of way I play this out, but I need convicted quarterback play. This team needs convicted quarterback play. I thought Quinn gave us the best chance to do that, and that's what I did.
Sorry about the audio being a little. It's what it is. Convicted quarterback play. Sorry, guys. Convicted quarterback play is what Mike McDaniel says he needs. And what he believes Quinn for the win Ewers can deliver. Quinn for the win Ewers can deliver. Well, that's just, I mean, hey, that's a fucking vote of confidence if I ever heard one. Would Mike McDaniel be just saying this to, blow smoke up our asses? Maybe. Or is this a spit directly into the eye of Tua? He didn't hold any punches. What does Quinn Ewers think of this golden opportunity? I mean, there's only so many of these jobs, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true for me. I've always wanted to, have the opportunity to play in the NFL, and for that to be coming is just a truly a blessing. And I'm thankful for the opportunity. Was happy. Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true for me.
I mean, happy is obviously what you would think, right? I mean, thank goodness. If he would have said, I don't know, I'm nervous, I'm scared, that wouldn't have been nice to hear. Right? Well, what does Tua think about all this? This was his reaction after getting benched, and what he said on how he was handling it.
Naturally, I'd say I'm disappointed. I think it's normal. It's normal human emotion. But, outside of that, I got to do my part. My role here right now is to help whoever the quarterback is going to be for this team, to lead this team, help in whatever way I can, to help the team win this game on Sunday.
What does Mike say?
$50 million helper.
We just had a brief conversation about changing the quarterback.
What was your reaction?
Disappointing. I'm not happy about it, but it's something out of my control.
Why do you think this has happened?
I would say the biggest thing, and it's being honest with myself as well, had been my performance. I haven't been performing up to the level and the capabilities that I have in the past.
Mike said that he was looking for a quarterback to play with conviction. Why do you think that you haven't played with the same conviction that he's looking for?
Not too sure.
What a fucking not too sure. Ooh, God, dude. Not too sure. I'm sure. I know why.
Are you upset about being number 3 instead of number 2 on the depth chart? Or does it not matter to you when you're starting?
As I said, I'm here, and my role right now, if I'm not starting, is to help the starters help us win games.
So, has your hip or any injuries impacted you in your play this year?
No, sir.
Injuries have not impacted Tua, according to him.
Natural.
And he said, he's going to do everything it takes to help the next quarterback, no matter who it is. Well, Ewers had some comments on this, and he had this to say about Tua.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, in Tua's shoes, it's tough. Last year I was benched in the middle of a game last year, so I mean, I know how he feels, and it's a bad feeling. But he's been. I mean, this morning we figured out, and even within these hours, he's helped me a ton. Obviously, because the guys are used to him being in there. So I have to do some minute things that some of his mannerisms in the cadence and how he shifts people and whatnot. And, who shifts on themselves sometimes. But, I mean, he's been really helpful and in a tough situation. And I know a frustrating situation that he's in. Yeah, no doubt.
Mike McDaniel must have loved that. He's like, oh, he stutters like me. I love that. So what does this mean? Quinn Ewers, new starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, number 27. Number 27 here in Miami. Since Danny Boy have fucking left us. What a bad taste in our mouth in a playoff game in fucking Jayville. Do it to Jayville. Hang on. You don't even know what that is. You don't even know what that is. Young Bucks. Just kind of interesting setup we kind of find ourselves here with these last 3 games. If I may riff just a little bit. Quinn Ewers need a new quarterback at Miami. There's only 3 games left. Tua, a known fucking, and I don't care what anybody says, Tua Tagovailoa, a known coup collaborator against coaches and players on his own team. Say what you want. It's the truth. It's the truth. From people inside and definitely people outside the building. From collaborators of sycophants to marginalized people in the face to just straight shit talking and going above or around people that are in the pecking order in the business world of the Dolphins. Tua is a fucking sleazeball. And a hard fucking person to tackle. Here comes Quinn Ewers. So what does it mean? 3 games left. Quinn Ewers, Dolphins get to see. I mean, look, on the face of it, right? And this is what the people with no takes will say. Well, it's a smart decision to go and have Quinn Ewers play and sit Tua. Man, I sound like fucking Hank Hill a little bit. And it's a good, smart decision. There's only 3 games left. The season's over. And now you get to see what you have in the young rookie quarterback. And now for the 3 games of the young rookie quarterback out of Texas, you get to see him and what he can do, because the Dolphins need to find out if they need to draft a quarterback or if they can build something with Ewers. Fucking plain Jane stale gay fucking takes, boys. That's what all these fucking douchebags are gonna sing and parrot for the fucking like, dude. I can't even fucking take it no more, boys. I can't take it no more. There's no originality, no heart, no soul. Just a bunch of fucking wannabe AI robots parroting whatever the fuck I'm supposed to say so I get good views. Fuck, dude. What is Quinn Ewers' chances of being good at football in the 3 months? Fucking dummies. It's just the facts, boys. Like button. So, I'll tell you what I'm gonna be looking at. What's Ewers do when shit fucking go wrong? Is he gonna just go in there and try to be Tua Tagovailoa with a right hand? Is that what he's gonna do? Or is he gonna go, fuck it, fuck this, I'm gonna roll out and try to fucking air these bitches out? Right? He's gonna go out there and fucking sling the rock. Say fuck it. Or is he gonna try to be Mr. Smarty Pants? I mean, he hadn't got a lot of that with the ones. So we're gonna see. They go get Theo Weiss off the fucking waiver wire somewhere, hanging out, and bring him out here and let him get a little couple fucking fly ride. Well, get his ass, boys. Here's the real question, though. What does the team do? We know defense gonna play hard, but like this last 3 games, you ain't got no chance to go to the playoffs, which is fucking crazy, bruh. Like 3 weeks left. Dolphins, I can't remember the last time Dolphins had a month to play and fucking not do anything. It's been a while since we're like, yeah, we fucking suck. We ain't even gonna win nothing. Not that, like, we could say that, but like we're eliminated. I mean, I get it. Be like, well, here's what the fucking assholes say. Be like, well, look at the fucking Chiefs. The Chiefs are eliminated too. So it's Patrick Mahomes. How good is he? It's like, well, you're stupid because Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs been winning Super Bowls, and the reason they're eliminated is because the window is finally open for everyone else in the AFC who hasn't played fucking 4 extra games a year for the last 5 years. Patrick Mahomes and a lot of those people are there have played a couple extra games every fucking year in the playoffs, hardest games to play in the worst conditions, and fucking then going and winning in the Super Bowl. Like, the fatigue sets in. Not all things are created equal, dummies. But there's only 3 weeks left. Do the guys pack it in? I mean, we've seen teams pack it in. Do they stomp their little tootsies because Tua's gone? Is the Tua loyals still on the team? Are they still there? Will they put pushback? Will they get people to quit? Will they, I don't know. They just say, fuck it. I got a couple games to play, but I ain't trying to get injured. I got next year to worry about. Whether I'm here, I might want to go sign somewhere else. Probably going to be some turnover. I might not want to do that. I might not want to put my body on the line. Because I need to sign a contract with a different team next year because this team doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Or I got extension. I'm just like, I got a little hamstring thing, coach. I can't really, soft tissue. I got to work out. My McDaniel will be like, oh my God, a soft tissue. Somebody get this man a fucking IV and some water and a bed. We got to save him. Do they just pull up? They just go, Joe Burrow's out there playing for nothing, just like, fuck you guys. Hey, you guys. I hate playing for fucking Joe Burrow crying on the fucking podium. I don't really like that. I got more respect for you, Joe Burrow. At least I thought I did. Like, you saying your heart ain't in it. You're like, go fucking cry about it then. Cry about it, bitch. The fuck? I thought you were cooler than that, Joe Burrow. I get it. You're playing in Cincinnati. It fucking sucks. But you should have fucking held out. You shouldn't have been all pro Cincinnati your whole fucking life. You bought that fucking bullshit. You signed that contract. You should have fucking not. Should have not. Shouldn't have done it. Should have fucking tried to get up out of there. Again, no secret how Cincinnati fucking works. What they do. You're the dumbass who signed the deal because you're a Cincinnati boy. I'm an Ohio boy. I'm a win it from my favorite football team, dumbass. Anyhow, do the guys pack it in? Or, now hear me out. Do the boys show up? Do the boys show up? Because ding dong, the witch is dead. Maybe there's a lot of sentiment of people who don't like Tua. I'll tell you what, if I see Jalen Waddle make like 5 catches in a row without falling down and needing to be hurt, I'll think, fuck, that boy all of a sudden healthier than hell. I watched Jalen Waddle catch a football, get tackled, not even hard, just a routine. Hey, give you a little body check, you fall to the ground. And he's just like, oh, man. Get off the field. He'll do that so quick. Anyhow, what if Jalen Waddle be like, oh, no, I'm all loosey-goosey now. Darren Waller, is he going to play? He going to do his normal 1 game play, 1 game out, 2 game out, 1 game play, 2 game out kind of thing? Or is he going to be out there? Achane going to be doing his thing. I think Achane doing his thing because he's trying to get the bag next year. He ain't dumb. Dolphins, you better pay me or I'm holding out. Mark my words. Devon Achane will not play in 2026 without a new deal. Mark my words. And if he does, he's an idiot. Devon, don't be dumb. Get paid before you take another stab in the NFL after the season. Do these guys show up? Do they show out? Do they fucking rally behind the new blood, new guy? Or is there just straight up just a bunch of people who don't fucking like Tua been keeping their mouths zipped up in here, unlike Xavier and Howard? I mean, why not? I mean, maybe there's plenty of people on this football team that are relieved that Tua's done. Maybe. Maybe there's plenty of them that are just as excited as I am that the door of Tua Tagovailoa, the window of his existence as a Miami Dolphin, is all but done in my life. Do these guys show up? Does Quinn Ewers start making things happen and people start meeting them halfway? I'll tell you what, I've watched a lot of motherfuckers carry Tua up and down this fucking field for years. For years. If I see some people doing some water carrying for Ewers, I'm going to know it right away. I'm like, oh. Fucking Jalen Waddle on a freaking crossing route fucking extend out with all his fucking body, ribs and exposed, and lays out for one. When was the last time you seen him do that? He lays out for one for Ewers. I'm going to say, oh, he would have never lay out for one. I don't know. Are they very excited to have a new quarterback? It's going to be telling. We're going to know. We're going to be able to see it. It's going to be interesting to see. It's also going to be interesting to see what this means for Mike McDaniel as well. If we're being real, right? Like, does the team completely quit? If the team completely quits on everything, you know, the defense just kind of hangs it. Defense comes out kind of hot, but then they kind of just fucking slump over. Offense just, you know, looking like they're confused, false starts, fucking, you know, just illegal formations, just, you know, shooting themselves in the foot every which way, guys shrugging their shoulders, you know, a mess. And then also what appears to be quitting on Mike McDaniel. Here's what I do know is that we're going to learn a lot about those things. We're going to find out whether people on this team were Tua sexuals, or if these guys are going to have some fucking pride and say, yeah, Tua fucking been sucking all damn year. I'm going to do me and do how I've been doing. I know we ain't over, but I do my job and I do it well. And these are my boys and I go to war with them and I'm going to do it right. And I'm going to give the kid a chance. And I'm going to be out there. I know the young kid needs the extra, just like is I already know the answer to this question, but is Quinn Ewers going to get the fucking leash of we need to protect him and we need to do this and we need to carry the water? We gotta make all the excuses as they did for Tua for 3 fucking years. No, that's not gonna happen. But can he get 3 games? Can he get 3 games of everyone trying to fucking do more, or at least as much as what they did for Tua? Or are they just gonna pull up? Because if that's the case, man, you're just letting this kid go out there and get smashed and just protecting Tua from the smashing. I don't know why. It's not like you got a fucking asset on your hands. I don't know. Maybe after the draft, you can get lucky. Some sucker that missed out on something. I don't know. Doubtful. Suckers born every minute. Yeah, Drew, I see you down there, and that's exactly what I agree with. and hit the like button, because this, I think no matter what we learn from the team, how they responded to being benched, how they respond to Ewers getting the start. Will they carry water? Will they show up? Will they show out? Will they pack it in? Will they quit? Are they quitting on McDaniel because of what he did with Tua? Are they showing up for McDaniel because of what he did for Tua? We're going to have so many things to dissect. So many. But no matter how these final 3 games pan out, I hate to say this because I've argued with this guy who's stolen my takes for 4 years. I haven't argued personally with him, but I argued against some of his takes. But he's been stealing the ones I agree with for years now. That's fucking Colin Cowherd. And I agree completely with his take. See how I did that, Colin Cowherd? I'm using your name and your take to say that's how I feel. I'm not going to say, you want to know what I think and feel? Like I'm literally, listen.
I think Mike McDaniel with a new quarterback move off Tua for a year is interesting. He's an offensive coach. He's super bright. And if you look at what he's done with Tua, folks, Tua led the league in completions one year, passing yards one year. I can argue Mike McDaniel has overachieved with Tua.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I've been saying this. It's why, last year I wanted to fire him, because I was mad about all this other stuff. But as I seen, as I knew we weren't going to fire him this year, and I saw, we were rolling out, and I said, look, he can save it if he does these things. And he's done everything I said he needs to do. As far as, number one, the team never quit on him. Hit the like button. Teams never quit on him. They could have quit on any given moment this season, and rightfully so, especially earlier on. These guys aren't dumb. They know they're beating bad teams. They're glad they are, but they know they're barely skating by in some of them too, or at least winning in ways that aren't sustainable. They're not dumb. You guys watch football and think you're so smart. Imagine if you fucking played the NFL. You think you're even dumber? Like, think about it, dummies. Anyhow, Mike McDaniel exhibited to me in his few years here with Miami, he can build a multiple styled offense depending on personnel. He can build around a quarterback. He can build around away from a quarterback. What Mike McDaniel showed me this year with his pivot in the run game, he said, I can win games by mitigating what the quarterback is doing to lose us games. He schemed out Tua's downfall as best he could. And and he did it for a half of a football game. Say what you want. Fucking, he did it for that first half of that game. And finally, all the narratives that Tua had been trying to keep down for forever. Throwing happy feet, fucking scared in the pocket, weak arm, terrible in prime time, terrible in cold weather, terrible against high flying, fast fucking defenses, terrible against man, terrible against fucking shadow zone where they fucking intertwine the fucking robbers and shit. Staring down his weapon, everything just accumulated finally in that second half in that third quarter, if we're being real, of how terrible he is and can be. In that game. That's it. This was an inevitability, people. And the only reason that Tua got paid, the only reason TuaNon lived 2 years too long, the only reason that we saw the greatest show on surf. And listen, there was some great talent, and Mike, fucking Chris Greer helped that. Say what you want. Chris Greer got that talent in the building. Yeah, he's fucking on draft picks, but he manipulated and got the right fucking deals done and made and trades. For what he missed on draft picks is what he made up for in savvy business moves and manipulating trades and signing players to build a team that Mike McDaniel delivered to make Tua look like he was. Now, if you want to fire the motherfucker because you're mad about it, and get him up out of here. If you want to say, well, Cap, I want to fire Mike McDaniel because I hate what he did. Nah, I got no pushback. You want to fire him because he got Tua paid and created a lie that was believable? To me, I say, fine, get him up out of here. I can't push back on that. But I would also say this. This is the offense that they've been wanting since Stephen Ross bought this team. From every player personnel guy to scouting guy to, all this shit, to everyone and everything that was ever brought in a management status to this football team was to create the offense. Well, to get the players that Greer did, to create the offense that Mike McDaniel created. And then Mike McDaniel also was able to pivot with a counterpunch that no one else has been able to do. So if you fire Mike McDaniel, you're only going to get somebody else that's going to try to build what Mike McDaniel has, what I can see, already been able to do. Schematically, personnel, all that stuff. Who's to say the next guy isn't worse than Mike McDaniel as far as the shit we don't like? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say he's not going to be worse of a play caller, play designer? The pressure gets him. He turns into Adam Gase and gets fucking bug eyes and, digs his head into his tablet. He's just like, oh, man, somebody, who's to say that that's not the next guy? The devil Dolphins fans. And I would say, to me, I'd rather see Mike McDaniel in a tank year and also drafting another quarterback before I'd see him fired this season. That's it. That's how I feel. Well, we've got you guys caught up. Keep a lookout for the Saturday night and the Sunday game call. We're going to go on Saturday night. Maybe I can color, do a little morning show or something like that here, sometime soon. I know he was feeling froggy, but we'll see. Hit the like button, everybody. Subscribe if you're new. And we'll see y'all next time.